do not support Evan Johnson in any way, shape, or form, and let me make that fucking clear.
Now I'm even more confused. This whole situation just got way more fucking crazier than it needed to be. Before we get into all of that, hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is technically a follow-up to my last post regarding James Charles, but before we get into James Charles, bro, you know Kayla won her court case?
Just like that, justice was served. Justice was served. I'm like really happy.
I always knew Kayla was gonna win. Like, she had proof, video proof. So congratulations to her. And I'm so glad that the disgusting, evil, wretched human being on this planet is now rotting away in jail. And guess what? Probably with no bail. I wonder how embarrassed that stupid man is. You know what? I'm not just gonna even refer him to as a man. Let's refer to him as a little boy. I wonder how that little boy feels right now. Look at yourself looking mad and fucking embarrassed in jail behind bars because you're a dumbass. Congratulations to Kayla again. And even though I would love to have this video just continuously glaze her, that's not the point, unfortunately. No, my ganglangs and my gangaloos. Today we are going to talk about James Charles's response. And all I gotta say is, I'm confused! I'm literally confused as shit. What the fuck? I just want to get this out the way. I still don't like James Charles. I'm still convinced that he likes little fucking boys. But I don't know, his response leaves me in the middle. Like, I don't know, he sounded way too sincere, but I feel like I'm being gaslit. You know what I mean? Let me stop talking. Let's just get into the damn response. Oh my god.
Do not support Evan Johnson in any way, shape, or form, and let me make that fucking clear. I don't support him, I don't support violence against women, and I sure as hell do not support the disgusting, deplorable, violent, heinous acts that he committed against Kayla Malik behind closed doors.
Oh my god, me and James Charles Dick and Every Son actually agrees on something. You know what they say, folks, there's a time and place for everything, and I guess this is the time and place where me and him are gonna agree. Hopefully he keeps it that way.
I really fucking hope and pray that when this goes to court this week, Kayla gets justice for what that man put her through. At the same time, the videos that I'm currently seeing all over my For You page are disturbing to me. This is not TikTok tea and drama for everyone else's entertainment. This is real people dealing with some really serious shit. The conversation has completely shifted focus away from Kayla Malik and how she was brave enough to speak out about what she went through to how James Charles involved.
Okay, now here's the part where I'm a little iffy. I do agree that this is some really serious shit and that the focus needs to be on Kayla and how Kayla is doing and all of that, but I don't necessarily think that the whole entire situation shifted to James Charles this, James Charles that. Even when I was talking about James Charles, I was talking about Kayla's situation first, you know what I mean? But again, the only person that I can speak about is myself. I can't speak about any other influencers or commentary YouTubers out there. But yeah, like I said, so far so good, James Charles.
Bye Sister 2.0, where's the apology video? It's distracting from the actual issue at hand, which is domestic violence. I have not spoken out about this for a couple of different reasons. The main one being, this is going to court this week. Anything I or anybody else says online can and probably will be used by either Evan's defense attorney or the judge to affect the outcome of its ruling. And I didn't want to put Kayla at any risk for that. I hate that I'm getting online and filming this video right now, but I truthfully have no other choice because I've also spent the last several weeks trying to get in contact with the only person involved in this that actually matters and needs to hear the truth, and that's Kayla Malik. And she has been unwilling to have a conversation with me. And frankly, I don't fucking blame her. After I watched the laughable interview between Be Better and Zach Sellers, I wouldn't want to have a conversation with me either if I was being fed complete bullshit lies and misinformation from the person whose only source of information is the same man that lied to and abused me for 9 months straight.
So again, like previously stated in my last video, everything was alleged, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. Even though everything was alleged, let's be so fucking dead ass. The type of shit that James Charles has done in the past, I'm not entirely convinced that he's not trying to do similar shit in the future. Like stated, James Charles has a record of going after straight dudes. He even talks about that shit in his past videos. There is proof of that shit if you even search it up. But on the same flip of the coin, we cannot confirm or deny that all the allegations that Zach made in the Be Better interview is completely true. Because I'm gonna be 100% again, because I'm a very 100% person. He didn't show any screenshots or proof or videos. An example of this is the video that, you know, he allegedly said that he saw his friend and James Charles going to Pound Town. But someone can argue against that because someone could also say that the video wasn't on Zach's phone but on Evan's phone. Do you see how messy this shit is?
At this point, I have no choice other than to get online, tell my story, and then prove my story to be true in a court of law. I am suing Zach Sellers and anybody else that thinks it's funny or entertaining to get online and spread defamatory and slanderous lies, misinformation, completely bullshit made-up stories for the sake of views, likes, engagement, and galaxies. I'm done. This
ain't no way. Oh my god. James, oh my god. Well, that courtroom is gonna be filled. Shit. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh at the situation, but oh my god. I was genuinely not expecting him to say all that. I'm gonna keep it straight. Well, not only is there gonna be there's gonna be 2 court cases, except this one's gonna be James versus Zach. Yahoo. Let me know in the comments, who do you think is gonna win that shit? Like, come on, y'all. Ooh, shit. All I gotta say is, Zach, you better have all your receipts ready. Everything that you said, like, allegedly, you better prove that shit. Oh my god.
All started at the beginning of 2025 when I reached out to Kayla about her and Evan being in a Valentine's Day video together. She told me she couldn't. She was crashing out because they had just broken up because he was crazy. I tried to lighten the mood a little bit and make a lighthearted joke asking could I have him now, and then asked what actually happened between them.
James, you know damn well. That joke didn't seem like a joke to us, James. That's all I gotta say. Yikes. That was such a bad joke at such a wrong time. Oh, Lord.
All she told me was that he did awful things to her and that I would find out more in her 30-part TikTok series. She said she was upset that she helped build his platform based off of lies and abuse, and whenever she was healed, she was going to get online and expose him. I'm going to be so honest. I did not take this conversation very seriously. And obviously, now knowing what we all do, I fucking should have.
Damn. You don't say. You don't say, bro. You don't say.
Reading it back now, it is super clear that she was using humor to cope, and that is perfectly fine and valid. But at the time, I genuinely interpreted these messages as a messy breakup. Maybe he cheated, maybe they got into a drunken argument that ended badly. I could have never imagined what she was actually going through behind the scenes. A lot of Kayla's own friends and family have said they had no idea what she was going through. I wish I could go back in time and been there for her, tried to help her. I wish that I would have asked more questions, but frankly, I didn't feel comfortable doing so. First and foremost, she obviously wasn't ready to talk about it yet based on her last message. And secondly, me and Kayla Malik just weren't close friends. I don't say that to take away from her feelings about this. I don't say that to undermine what she went through. We've only met a couple of times. We collabed in 2023. She guest starred on a podcast with me in 2024, and we hung out at our mutual friend's Halloween party back in October. We've never hung out one-on-one. We've never had a deep conversation. I just really didn't know her that well to be able to interpret these messages and have a better idea of what was actually happening behind closed doors. And I wish more than anything I did, because I should have never gotten involved with this, but I did not know what she was going through.
Even though y'all weren't close friends, I feel like that excuse is kinda baloney. Sorry. If anyone comes up to you and says, hey, me and my partner just broke up and he did the worst things imaginable to me, like your text message screenshot stated, I genuinely feel like you shouldn't come up and be like, can I have him now? That's dumb as fuck. I don't think any excuse can, damn, what's the word? Excuse what the hell you just said. And I don't think the excuse of, well, I didn't know her as well, is gonna excuse that shit either. I don't know, maybe I'm too much of an empath. Maybe I'm too empathetic to genuinely try to understand how that whole explanation made any form of logical sense.
I really fucking hate to admit it, but I did have a brief friendship with Evan Johnson that started and ended well before I ever learned about any of the violence that was going on behind the scenes. He reached out to me a couple of days later asking me for advice and told me the same exact story that Zach Sellers believed and then repeated on the Be Better podcast, which was that the relationship was toxic, they both said things and did things that they shouldn't have, and a bunch of other stories that genuinely made me believe Evan Johnson was the victim in the situation. He told me that he moved back to Nashville to go to church and get therapy and try to become a better man, and he seemed vulnerable.
Sure he was going to church. Sure. What the fuck are you gonna go to church for? To repent for your goddamn sins? I'm just trying to be a better man. No, ho, you're just trying to get away from this situation, and that's why your bitch ass is in jail.
Real, and he seemed scared that Kayla was going to get online and start telling lies about him, and he knew exactly what to say to relate it back to a situation that I was in that made me have sympathy for him and be on his side. I feel so fucking dumb for ever believing him, but when I was in a similar situation, all I cared about was anybody treating me like a human being and hearing me out and being there for him, so that's what I tried to provide. I'm
genuinely wondering which situation is James referring to. Is it the Sugar Bear hair one? Or is it the Snapchat one? Ooh. Nah, but I'm genuinely curious as to what Evan genuinely said for him to be like, oh, well, I was in a similar situation. Like, what the fuck do you and this motherfucker have in common? Like, let's be so deadass. Let's be for real.
Closer, we would start FaceTiming. He was very suicidal and depressed, and eventually he told me that he wanted to come out to LA to escape and get his mind off of things for a weekend, so I invited him out. All we did was sit on the couch, order food, watch movies, but over the course of the weekend, I slowly started to notice that some of his stories were not exactly lining up.
Now, chat, the rest of what I'm about to say is alleged as fuck, so take this shit with a couple handfuls of salt. Are you sure the only thing y'all did was sit on the couch and eat food and watch movies? Because Zach said something completely different. Yo, this situation is messy as fuck. Because if y'all were really watching movies and sitting on the couch and nothing more, why the hell did Zach say that he posted a story or a snap or whatever the hell on his Snapchat saying, just woke up on your bed? Or what seems like to be on your bed. Allegedly.
There were inconsistencies, and I started to get worried that I might be on the wrong side of things, and that was confirmed as soon as Kayla noticed that he was at my house and I had to lie to her. I didn't know what to do. I realized then that I was in the middle of a very fucking messy situation that I should have never gotten involved with in the first place, but this man was staying with me and I didn't know how to get out of it. Later on that night, I told Evan straight up I was uncomfortable, I was upset that I had to lie to her, and that we could not hang out any further. He respected that, and the next morning, he flew home. As soon as Evan left LA, I immediately started making myself unavailable to him because I recognized that he was not the man he was telling me he was. But it wasn't until a month later, when Kayla uploaded her video, He Doesn't Love You, that I actually got to sit and watch how much of a monster he is. My jaw was on the floor for all 2 hours of that video. I could not believe what I was watching and seeing. The horrendous verbal abuse, the violent physical abuse. I was shocked. I was ashamed for not taking me and Kayla's conversation more seriously. I was embarrassed for ever believing that man's lies and manipulation. And I was angry with myself that I ever allowed that man into my home.
I don't know, y'all. Do we believe him? Do we believe him? Again, for me, I'm stuck in the middle because I don't believe James Charles fully, but I'm starting not to believe Zach either. I guess we're just gonna have to wait until after court again, which honestly, I feel like that's the best solution as of right now because I don't like, all this inconsistency. I like a full-fledged out story. And hopefully after court, after this whole thing that's happening, we can have an actual truthful story.
It was horrifying, and I'm so proud of Kayla for being able to speak up. A couple of days later, I started getting messages on Instagram from Zach Sellers, Evan's best friend, basically warning me that Evan had lied to both of us and telling me that I should cut him off. I didn't see these messages at first until he made a public TikTok accusing me of still supporting Evan behind the scenes, and I messaged him right away because I was confused. His messages genuinely seemed nice. He seemed like he was checking in, warning me to make sure that I was okay and have cut Evan off because he knew that we were both told the same exact lies and stories from Evan. The only reason he even knew I was involved at all was because he was physically with Evan as his best friend, supporting him every single day. It took me 3 days with Evan to realize that something wasn't right here. It took Zach 3 months. So to act this way privately and then to get online as if I'm some monster was wild to me.
No, chat. Why did James Loki clock that tweet? Oh my goodness, whoa! Bro, imagine after, like, James and Zach's whole court situation, imagine it comes out that James was saying the truth and Zach was saying the lie. Can you imagine that? Yo, that would be fucking crazy! I don't know, maybe after that I might have to take back the fuck you to the James Charles team and James Charles. I don't know. Nah. No, sorry. Don't mean to be messy, but let's be so that ass. I don't fuck with James Charles enough to say that I'm sorry for that. I generally have very strong opinions about Mr. James Charles taking every son. I'm sorry. I'm probably. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm probably gonna get sued. Also, I'm sorry if I came extremely unhinged, like, at the end of the last video when I said fuck you and everything. I just had very strong opinions and very strong feelings about what he was getting accused of. And the only reason why I said that was because I wanted him to hear it if this was gonna end up being true. If every allegation of him not doing that, you know, is not true, sure, I'll take it back, and sure, I'll apologize, but as of right now, I'm not apologizing because his story isn't confirmed. But don't take me saying that as me siding with Zach either, even though originally I was on his side, because who the fuck wouldn't be when hearing all that shit. But now that I'm starting to actually dive in deep into this shit, I don't know who to believe yet. And again, we are just gonna have to figure this whole thing out if James or Zach is saying the truth. Me personally, I'm still more so on Zach's side than James' side because of his whole history. But hey, you know, things can happen, you know? The world is full of surprises.
Started off as a video of James Charles supporting Evan Johnson behind the scenes, snowballed into more videos, more content, and then live streams. Every single night, Zach has been live asking for galaxies in exchange for showing more receipts. He's been asking his followers for their cities and locations so he can go on tour with Kayla after this is all over with. He's even been asking for donations on PayPal to fund a merch line.
I'm gonna keep it 100% chat. I did not know all this shit was happening. I did not know, so I can't confirm or deny that James is saying the truth, but whoever originally followed Zach, please confirm this if he has done this on Instagram or on TikTok. I would love to know in the comments. No, but that is messy, and that's giving clout chaser. I'm gonna keep it 100%. Before this whole James Charles shit even happened, or the whole Kayla and whatever, I forgot that dude's name already, situation happened, I did not know who Zachary was. I did not know who he was. Genuinely, I didn't know. So maybe there's some truth to James's claims. God, I hope not. Oh man.
This has nothing to do with getting justice for Kayla and everything about making an opportunity for himself. And the perfect one came along when Be Better flew him out to Canada for their podcast interview. Aside from the timeline that I just told you guys, everything else in that hour-long episode is complete bullshit.
I don't know, y'all. With all the suing threats and all this, and him saying this, he sounds pretty confident that all this shit's fake as hell.
To start rumors about somebody online is one thing. Unfortunately, I know that that comes with the job, but to publicly accuse them of prostitution is ridiculous. There is no proof, no evidence of any of the ridiculous claims that Zach is making because they did not happen, which is why I have no choice other than to take legal action. But before I do that, I want to quickly take a second and clear the air on some things that have really set me over the edge. First and foremost, Evan Johnson and I did not in any way, shape, or form have a physically sexual relationship.
Period, you know, as you shouldn't. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna 100% believe you on that, but again, as you shouldn't.
We did not have sex while he was here, and I did not, under any circumstances, pay Evan Johnson for sexual favors. Not in person, and certainly not online through a secret OF account where I'm apparently funding his entire life. That is absurd. Not that it's anybody's business, but I do have an OF account. I'm a grown adult. I barely use it, but Zach, if you would like to see, I will gladly send you a screenshot of my transaction history. I have nothing to hide, and I have not sent Evan Johnson $1 single. Zach claims to—
God, can you imagine if he's just saying all this shit with his balls and chest just puffed out, and it just turns out to be a bullshit lie in court? I'm sorry for being an asshole. Just, oh my god, imagine how funny that'll be.
know all this information to be true because he pressured Evan into getting drunk and telling him what happened on the trip. I don't know if Evan lied to him to make the trip seem more fun and exciting, or if Zaki literally just made this up for funsies. I would like to believe that that isn't the case and that he was manipulated in this situation as well, but he claims to have seen a video on Evan's phone of him having sex with me. Zach, post it.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god. Whoa, okay. That shit. Damn. Yo, Zach, he gave you this is your moment, gang. Okay, let me stop being stupid. I genuinely do not support leaking nudes like that. Well, not nude. Can this technically be considered nudes? Technically, right? Because they're both naked-wakey, allegedly, in this video. Anyways, yo, bro, if he drops that shit, oh, my Twitter thread is fucking fucked. I'm just gonna see James Charles getting booty fricked in the butt, yo. Yo, James, you bold as fuck for that. I'm not gonna lie, you bold as shit. Me personally, if I were to make a statement like that, I would have already verified that bro did not have it on his fucking phone. You don't know if he saved that shit or not.
If you have the receipt, if you have the video evidence, you can upload it. You have my full consent and permission. I've had far worse posted to me online that I didn't consent to. Go right ahead. But you can't because there is no video of something that did not happen. Be Better doesn't even stand by these claims because he's now added a disclaimer to their interview that says he was not able to verify a single thing that Zach said.
Yikes! Jeepers! Yikes! Whoa! Zach, it is not looking good for you. I'ma stay on your side though. Just a little bit. Not too much. I'm kind of drifting. The boat's getting a little rocky. I'm about to drown. Alright? Oh, man. I don't know who the fuck to believe. I don't know who to I really want to believe Zach. I really do. Because I genuinely hope that he has good intentions. I tried believing James before with his past, whole situations, and that shit didn't really work out. So maybe this time, you know, he actually gets called out. Or, damn, imagine. Yo, the fuck, yo. Yo, bro, shit about to go down in court. That's all I gotta say. Shit about to go down in court, and for all those other people that he might sue, shit.
Second, there's a rumor going around that I paid Evan Johnson's bail. This is not true. It is a public record that it was Evan's family who got him out. Kayla's own sister has confirmed this.
JC did not bail out EJ. I know who did, and I cannot say anything.
Third, there's a new narrative started by Be Better that I am trying to silence anybody that talks about this issue. First and foremost, this is literally the biggest thing on TikTok right now. I don't understand how anybody could possibly assume that I'm trying to silence people, but Be Better made a video basically saying that I'm working with YouTube behind the scenes to manipulate their algorithm and get their video hidden.
And unfortunately, James, that's not ridiculous to say. I mean, let's be so for real. You say nothing for 6 days or some shit, and you're just gonna automatically assume that they're not going to assume that you are trying to silence them when your team is sending out lawyers and shit to them? Like, what the fuck? I don't know, I'm just gonna have to side with Be Better on that one, cause James, come on now, let's be so for real, you're not the type of guy to not do that shit. You seem like the type of guy to do it. Allegedly, of course.
I truthfully wish this was possible. I've been making content for 8 long years now. There are videos on YouTube with 5, 10, 20 million views that if I could have gotten them removed, I would have. But Be Better, I know you said you're having your lawyers reach out to YouTube, so YouTube, I give you my full permission to release any communications between myself or my team to you guys about this matter because, again, they don't exist. Zach has also now made a video claiming that my lawyers have reached out to him to threaten him, to silence him, and to offer him hush money. This is not true. Zach, my lawyers cannot contact you directly, so instead they emailed your modeling agency because that is the only contact you have listed. There was no threat, there was no offer, they were simply asking for the contact of your lawyer.
But again, it is not crazy for them to assume that a random thing stating lawyers and court and shit is not crazy to assume that you're trying to silence them. Like, let's use our thinking caps for a second. If I got an email after I said some bullshit on like an interview and it was like from your fucking team talking about lawyers and shit, I'm gonna assume the same thing too. Like, James, it's not every day that these people get contacted for their attorney or lawyers. Like, let's be so fucking for real.
I told you I was going to sue you, and this is what the beginning of that process looks like. It really sucks that at this point I am left with no options other than to pursue a case. As for Kayla, I am so fucking sorry that I ever got involved in this. I should have never believed his lies and manipulation. I should have never even responded back to him in the first place, and I'm sorry for hurting you. I genuinely do wish you the absolute best of luck, and I really hope that you get justice for what that man put you through.
And that's the end of his response. Genuinely, my honest thoughts? Sigh, looks around the room. I don't know who to believe. I know I've been saying that over and over and over again in this video, but I genuinely don't know who to believe. It's like, that's why I said this shit just got 10 times crazier, and now someone else, people are getting sued. Oh my god. Who do you think is telling the truth? Let me down. Are you down? Let me know in the comments below. Me personally, who I honestly believe, I more so believe like Zach can be better. Like I said, only because of James's like history with like lying and shit. But I don't know, James seems really confident in all of his statements. So, you know, maybe he's telling the truth, you know, for once, thankfully. Anyways, like I said, everything that is stated is alleged until proven otherwise. And yeah. That's gonna be the end of this video. Jesus, it's about to be 30 minutes. I should wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe, do your usual YouTube shit. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!